So as you see, we've been funded by both in the UK, the Arts and Humanity Research Council, AHRC, and DFG, which is the main funding agency for all domains in Germany. I'll say a few more words about this scheme. It's a very interesting scheme if you're looking for art and science type of projects funding between UK and Germany. A bit later, I'll tell you more. The main objectives are sort of summarized here of the project, and I think you'll get a strong sense of these topics during today's presentation, and later today we'll have opportunity to go to the church space where we have an exhibition of some concrete work by many of the artists who are present here today, and some who are away abroad. So you see the main topics: embodiment, creativity, aesthetics. Embodiment will refer to machines and the humans. So we have aspects of collaboration between systems and humans. This comes in the third theme here. And of course, when you have computing and machines, we have higher levels of interactivity that are possible. So this is also another theme that we've explored during the project. I want to give you also an overview of how the project has progressed. So it started in the year 2023, slowly. First, the grant started at Goldsmiths, and I see someone who wants to come in, maybe? Ah, it's Anna. Please, Anna. Anna is one of the artists involved in the project. Because Constance at the time was not quite ready to join the project, we took advantage of that to start preparing ourselves. And we set up our first robotics lab on campus. In the past, if you look us up, for example, me and Daniel Berriot, Daniel over there, and a few other people, Patrick Tresset, who was at Goldsmiths many years ago, we've been doing work with machines and art, often in collaboration with other labs who had nice labs. And actually, this is how also we created a connection with Constance University. You'll hear more about them later. So we now have one of these robots and a few others. This one is from a German company, a Franca robot. Very often you'll see this type of robot in research labs. Very interesting robot that has what we say compliance. That is a robot that is not completely rigid in the way you control it, so that it's safer to work with. You'll see often robots in manufacturing situations which are always away from the humans because they're really efficient, very effective, very rapid, but they're dangerous. Had to be too close. So this is a friendly robot. And you'll see it in the exhibition space later in action. We did start to participate to a few events. So in particular, we participated to an event in Oxford. And then we had a kickoff in the autumn at Constance University. The teams met, and we started to really organize ourselves. And the first big step for us, led by Liat Graver in the back in particular, you'll see work from Liat later, who has been one of the strong force in the project to organize ourselves. She's both artist and manager, in a sense, for the project. We had the objective of finding artists to collaborate with during the course of the project. So we did release a call, and we got submissions. Yeah, it says over 40, but actually this is a old copy-paste of an old slides. I think we got double that number in the end. And we took actually more time to select the artists, went through a few steps. In the end, we had interviews with 7 pre-selected artists. Unfortunately, we had only funding for about 4, so we had to make a choice, and we ended up with 4 great collaborators. Here are their names. Anna, that just came, is present with us. Patrick is over there. Patrick, yes. Greta could not be with us, unfortunately. She's in Germany at the moment, I believe, and Licia has moved to Japan. But you will hear more about them later. We had a reunion, first reunion with all the artists selected and the 2 teams from Constance and Goldsmiths in, I think it was May, yes, May 24 at the V&A. The V&A has been very supportive of this, Victoria and Albert Museum in London has been very supportive of the project. And this first workshop was co-hosted at the V&A. And we've been in touch since. The V&A is very supportive of computer art and machine art in general. They have a rich collection. It's one of the first major museums who has built a collection, such a collection over the years. What's the resolution on this? Yeah, it's sort of archaic. Okay, so this is us. And you see, I wanted to bring that because some people are not here today. So you have Professor Deussen up there. Greta, one of the artists, cannot be with us. You'll recognize Danielle, Liat. Licia is in Japan now. Tomoko is also in Japan at the moment. She's one of the researchers involved in the project from the sociology side. Rebecca, who could not be with us at the time, she can tell us more about that. Rebecca Chamberlain is with the psychology side of things and the department. And actually, I'll ask Rebecca to tell us a few words from her side.
I can speak from here.
Thanks.
So, I'm Becky Chamberlain. I'm based in the psychology department here at Goldsmiths. And
sorry.
Thanks. I have a pretty loud voice. Okay. And I met Frederic and Daniel about a decade ago while I was a postdoc in Belgium, interested in psychological responses to computer-generated art. Obviously, at the time, the landscape of computer art looked completely different, and we did one of the first studies looking at how people, if you tell someone a piece of art is AI generated, how does that affect their psychological responses? And there's been a huge amount of work in this field now done, but very little work looking at the influence of robotics. And we did some work with Patrick in that original work, and we found that people's experiences of computer-generated art could be mediated through robotics, and you get issues like anthropomorphism coming in and really interesting kind of psychological phenomena that change the way that people appreciate work when they see it embodied in a robotic form. So that was really the seed for the psychological aspect of this project, and we've been collecting online data using the robotic system at Goldsmiths, and we're going to be working with several of the artists in residence. And we also are collecting data in the exhibition today based on the work of Daniel and Liat. So if you go and see the exhibition later, there's a QR code, and you can, it's a short online survey in relation to that artwork. So please do participate, and if you have any questions on this kind of research aspect, then do get in touch with me, and I'd be really interested to discuss it more with you. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Sorry. Thanks, Becky. Okay, I'm almost done. Is that the correct one? I think so. Yeah, so we kept doing more work during the time we had. We had a big event organized mainly through Liat and Danielle and collaborators in Berlin about, what's that, January last year. And this was very successful, involved people in science as well. You see Professor Inge Ehrmann here from Zurich, from a sort of neuroscience type of approach was involved. We had an exhibition, so a format very similar to the one we have here in London as well. The exhibition was hosted in the CLB Gallery in Berlin. If you're in Berlin, I invite you to visit them. Very nice gallery, very lively neighborhood. And if you go on our website later, if you haven't been there, you'll see under Berlin 2025 the description of this event, and you'll see there was a symposium. All the speeches are available as a video recording, which is something we'd like to achieve today as well. So later we'll have hopefully a recording of our talks today. Towards today, we continue to do work all together. The artists were funded for about a year, but the relationship have been built up, so we keep collaborating, and we hope to keep collaborating in the future. And the grant itself ends in a month, so we'll have to produce some overall reporting. This will be open access, available to everybody. But of course, we want to build an EACVA too, so watch this space. And just to give you a feel for some of the work that has been going on, so you have work by Patrick, Anna, Licia over there, Greta, and Liat, also with Daniel. And some of it is in the exhibition space. So what's the time? How am I doing on time? Okay, so we're running a bit late, so I'm going to stop. And please welcome Sean Clark.